Generate Change TV. You know we out here. They're like, Soul's got the camera. I'm out here whipping, man. Stay tuned, Generate Change friends. Let me know something that I thought was quite funny. So, yeah, quote. What did you say?
You haven't stopped writing in like 10 years, bro. You wonder why I can't write when I'm going through it with my female. I put the pen down for a couple years at a time.
So, I'm gonna edit this. This is gonna be like a clip, a segment, just its own video. All the people out there that are doing music, let the motivation of the bullshit that you're going through in life be your motivation and not an excuse. Generation Change so live. Stay tuned. We headed to the radio. J Buggz, I'm coming. Shout out to the Weekend God Show.
So live, as you can tell, I'm in the parking lot of the radio station. Shout out to all the radio stations. Take a look at up there. You can see the satellite. Shout out to the big homie, you know what I'm saying, J Buggz and the Weekend God Show. We out here, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my generation changes worldwide. You know what it is and how we do it. I'm half an hour early, so right now I'm in the parking lot just talking to the fans, letting them know that we're in the building. Basically what we're about to do today, shout out to the, all the DJs in the world that's rocking with the kid, generation changes. Shout out to 94.1, shout out to the Weekend God Show, shout out to the big homie, you know what I'm saying, J Buggz. I'm basically out here turning up for the city, man. Shout out to the whole Spring Hill, Orlando when you see this, Tallahassee and all the surrounding areas. Basically what we're doing, generation changes, man. We're worldwide. It's kind of crazy what it took to get to this point. 50 mixtapes are running, album 50, 225 songs. Generation Change TV, you know what it is. www.youtube.com/MatrixDiamonds. You know what it is and how we do. You know, I got the generation changes with me. Gotta find this place. Stay tuned for the footage. Bang. It's like you can't cuss on the air.
But you can't cuss on the air. Piss ain't any cuss word.
Yeah, I know.
And hell ain't either.
Yeah, but
I'm
like,
saying hell all the time.
yeah, but it's just like
That depends how you say that goddamn word. Now, piss.
The big homie Buckwheat live on the radio right now.
Well, thank you, Steph. Hey, listen, we got the race tickets that we're about to give away inside the 8 today. Hey, listen, all you gotta do is keep track of the countdown. If you need help with number 8, number 7, call us up. Now, this is a very important game to the net house. So 1 o'clock game. That means you need to ditch work to come watch us throw the first pitch or school and just have a great time with us. We're going to have shirts and stuff to give away, so just make sure you come to the game and try to keep up with the countdown. Coming in with number 6, we're talking about classic man, Jadena.
Yes, I don't know. It was one of those situations in life where, you know, you get that crazy. Like, what up, bro?
Man.
How you doing, brother?
Good to meet you, man.
Stay with you, sir.
Man.
How are you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jay. What up, brother? Whoa, man. Coach, J Buggz, nice to meet you. Yeah, I saw you outside in the car. Drive off on me. I saw y'all walking down the side. And so I was like,
in the back was the entrance.
Yeah.
Cars, it was like, yeah, the antenna is this right here. I was like, all right.
Yeah, that's just where we keep the antenna at. This is that's Buckwheat.
I know Buckwheat knows Solive.
Okay, what's going on?
And that's
What's up, girl?
That's strip meat over there.
How you doing? Hey, what's happening?
Hi, nice
What's going on, Buckwheat? Nice.
Let me run downstairs. I think CJ.
Nice to meet you, man. Chilling. Same music, different day.
Working on him on that chair.
He's out here, man. YouTube.com/MatrixDiamonds. 94.1, man. It's good to see you in the flesh, man. I see you working all the time, man.
Yeah, something like that. I'm always working, but I had a revelation today, so I don't know, man. We're gonna see what happens.
What you mean a revelation?
I had this revelation today, man.
Explain, I'm all in.
I'm gonna let everybody hear. Everybody gonna hear it at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell a story to everybody at the same time.
Okay.
I won't leave nobody out.
Hey, what up, man?
I'm
engaged, man. What's up, man?
That's Generation Change your KK and that's Generation Change your
Yeah,
KK.
man. Let's go, man.
Yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm taking the footage to
today for the radio interview, everything. But this is 50.com, Vlad TV, and Woo World.
All right.
Depending on what kind of stuff we cover, I can push it to Ellen DeGeneres, but that's what based on the type of interview we cover.
Did you say Fuentes?
Yeah, I gave her a new name for the night. Gave her a new last name. Because,
Why?
Can you translate?
I don't know what that means. Fun? Funny?
No.
What do you mean?
Fuentes is a fountain, but this is
Okay.
Spanish last name.
Fountain?
You're something like that.
What? Oh, now I get it. Now I get it. Oh, hey. Is you a fountain, though? Hello. Let me find out about that light. Whoa. All right, so welcome back to the Weekend Guys show. Like you know, every single Wednesday night we record it and we get everything popping for the entire world to listen to. We've got listeners from here to Dubai, all the way to the Iraqi suburbs. I don't even know if there's suburbs in Iraq. But
Iraqis?
I know.
How you know
maybe
it's
out
a
there.
suburb?
I said I don't know if there is. I just know they be tuned
They got
in.
money,
They be
that's
like,
why. It's suburbs of
they be like, we love the music you play, and I say, I love you too. I don't know how to say it, but I just say it. I just how I say it. All right, so tonight we got a special for you guys. We got a 2-for-1 because last week we told you about the death of my cousin, so we got the funeral for that, and that was a very emotional state. And this week we decided to give y'all 2 for the price of 1. So tonight you get a chance to jump in and get an extra long session of the Weekend Guys show. On the way to work today, something crazy happened. I'm listening to radio and I'm like, man, like.
This is what it do, world. It's Revolutionary Kids Solive, a leader of the generation changes.
There you go.
How you doing?
Generation changers right there. Right in the building right now. So he's changing his generation, and I'm thinking about changing my damn mind. But the paycheck right now is definitely on the line. All right, so you brought some music tonight, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
All right, I got everything over here.
All right, cool.
It's Night Rider kit, right? No,
yeah.
that's not.
That's another jump drive in your computer. That's not mine.
That's what I do on the weekend.
Oh, all right.
Like, that's that special stuff.
There you go.
Use that Night Rider.
There you go.
What, I have a question for you, though.
Yes.
So is that your slogan? Is that your name? Everything that you just gave me?
Basically, like on Instagram, it's S0_live, but I'm the leader of the generation changes. It's like I basically took a bunch of MCs that really needed help, that didn't want to sign to a label, because it kind of has a story behind it, and we'll hopefully get to that. But it's just what we go by, and it's a group of MCs anywhere across the world that really need help when the labels aren't helping them. And I chose to give them the benefit of the doubt that they had the talent and maybe not the funds or the means to do it. So I know that I have a studio and I could do the videos and stuff like that for people. So I started these a couple of kids that were I don't want to say they were in the streets, but they were, you know, and they wanted a way out. And I said, if you put half of the brain power that you put into being in the streets into this music, we can go far. And a lot of them didn't trust me. A lot of them were naysayers. But as you can see, we on the Weekend Guys show.
Yeah.
God bless you, J Buggz, man.
Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We are all about finding out what's popping next, what's good in the neighborhood.
Amen.
We used to have a segment called Ear to the Street, but now that is gone.
Oh, wow. You sure you're just going to throw shade after that blessing over there, huh?
No, I'm just saying that Ear to the Street is gone because everything we do is about the Ear to the Street now. It ain't a segment no more. It's the entire show. That's what we're about right now. We're all about that. Trying to figure out what's popping, what's new, and what's up and coming. So let's jump into the story about your background. We're going to jump into these naysayers. We're going to jump into the haters. That's what they call them nowadays. As soon as we come back from this break right here, we're going to play one of your tracks real quick. I want to do that real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Which one you want to jump in?
I say we're doing number 1. It's Another Cold Day, featuring my homie Fat Rob. He basically came to me. He was really struggling, and I saw it in his eyes that when I met him, he told me he could sing, and his parents said that he couldn't. I said that I could help him with music, and he didn't even believe in himself. You know, so he basically came to me and said, I just want to sing. And it kind of was like a moment, you know what I'm saying, for 2 artists to be in the studio and connect so well, because we collaborated. I believe we collaborated well on this record. It's basically about the struggle of life and some of the problems that women have to offer.
Hey, I'm going to just be honest with you for 1 second, all right?
Yeah.
Now, we're about to listen to this for the first time.
Yeah.
If this is anything like American Idol, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to take like, now
Here we go.
Now, American Idol, their parents, they go on there and they tell them, baby, you can't sing, or baby, you can sing.
Yeah.
In this case, somebody tells them they can't sing, and he has the ability to actually sing. Now, I'm going to come back, we're going to listen to this, and we find out that his parents are telling him the truth. Yeah. We got to call him on speed dial right now and tell him, hey, listen.
Shout out to Fat Rob, man.
Yo, Fat Rob, your career is going to be something else, baby.
I put it to you like this. I feel like he's got a bigger voice than a recording studio. I feel like, honestly, if he had the chance to be on American Idol, I think he should be there rather than in the studio recording with me. And I tell him that every day, but he don't believe me. So we did like this thing called, basically, it's the Sing to the World Challenge, where I walk up on people and ask them if they can sing, and I just put the camera in their face, and then I put it on thisis50.com. And he was like, I don't want to do it. I'm kind of scared. So I walked him out into this big field, and I said, this is where you need to be for the world to hear you. I just want you to give me everything you got. And he just let it out. And then I was like, we got to take that to the studio, man.
Yeah, I feel the tears right there, man. I'm about to cry right now. Y'all brought tissues tonight?
Yeah.
I hope so too. All right, let's jump into the track then. Here it is, the Weekend Guys Show. J Buggz and my 3 Gs.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Fat Rod right here, right?
Generation.
Let's go.
Are you from here?
I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, but we moved out here around like, I want to say anywhere between 5-6 years ago, on and off. But I represent 352, but I really got a strong belief that somebody in Tampa got to go up and bring the unity to the circle, because everybody just want to pop or be for themselves.
Do you know that I just read an article from it was ABC News that Tampa, Orlando, Miami, as the top 10 cities in the United States, we're ranked in the top 10 of the worst cities to live in, based on depression.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
Suicide rates, the people that are on drugs. What else did they say?
Poverty.
Poverty.
And the fact that there was no
isolation.
Isolation and not so many jobs.
Unemployment rate. Yep. That's crazy. And for like a city to be bustling like the city, there's so many businesses, so many opportunities, but none really different.
I just want to make sure, like, we all there, right?
Yeah, right now.
All right. You said that the music could be the way it was, right?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure. I don't want the DJ from over there coming over, Bucky, like, yeah, coach. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure. All right, good.
Bucky, I think we're gonna release.
Seat. Have a seat over here, my brother. I know it ain't really a seat, but have a seat.
No, that's cool.
Have a seat real quick. I think this is gonna be one purpose of me having you Solive.
Generation changed the team. Called
Maybe you're just looking in the wrong place.
the Producers Army, and I basically get all of the beats sent to my inbox. See, after doing so much music, I was basically like running out there and grabbing anybody's beats and just doing it so I can get the 50 mixtapes done to get the record. So I started working with producers all over the country, and I just get beats all in my inbox. So we going through, and this beat actually right here, we were going through beats, and it was just like a chunk of a beat. We didn't like the second part, so we broke down the chunk of a beat and then just duplicated it. Yeah, now Rob.
Another cold day, another cold night, we fuss and we fight. Another cold day, another cold night, we fuss and we fight. Another cold day, another cold night, we fuss and we fight. Another cold day, another cold night, we fuss and we fight.
That's your dude that sings?
That's me singing and him singing at the same time, yeah.
Is it master? Is it mix and master?
Nah, this is just put together, right?
Yeah, we ran it just out of the studio.
So this is a record.
Yeah, I mean we gonna grab mastering. We just wanted to make sure that we felt like it was radio ready, you know what I'm saying? So but mastering is definitely coming.
So your man, who's rapping?
That's me.
That's you rapping.
Yeah.
You hit though. You hit.
What you mean?
You hit. Like your rap.
I'm it.
You hit.
I guess we had the same revelation then today, huh?
Yeah, you will.
So let's do this. It ain't nothing to take Tampa to the next level, man. This is 50.com, Vlad TV, Woo World, Ellen DeGeneres, MTV, you name it. I got it.
Before you present it to anybody.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to judge.
Mm-hmm. Totally understandable.
Second of all,
Totally understandable.
I like the concept of the song.
Let me take my critique from just here to my show.
Why?
Because I want everybody to get an opportunity to understand that. Because I think a lot of people think they come in here and we just like, we all the time just don't give anybody any kind of constructive criticism.
Nah, I want it all. I want the good
No,
with the bad, man. Trust me.
But I'm saying,
And I want the bad first. Real.
Hear us give constructive criticism.
Then let's record.
Okay, well, go
That's
ahead.
my point. I don't think people. I don't think they actually hear us giving people constructive criticism.
Offer my as you would say, gift of gab. But I would love to speak to the kids. And I'm not just talking about 100, 200 kids. I'm talking about a couple of thousand kids at a time, because I have the feeling that no other artist at their establishment, at their peak, is going to go to these to these schools and to these YMCAs and be friends and extend their hands out to these kids. And I really feel like the radio has a big, powerful part on the way our community is treating each other through music, because it's all mind control. I mean, pay attention. It's a generation change movement. Anybody that knows what we come with.
A lot of it is people are hooked on trend.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
So even if it's all this trap music, these Young Thug, these Migos, and all that, you can basically rap that song on a trap beat and still be hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you could get away with that.
It's just. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just
but that's
a
not true. So look at his face.
You know what I mean?
So disappointed when he
that's
said
like
nah, because we, it's crazy. Shout out to Thug. You know, I just had my man's told me, he's like, so why don't you bring the record with Thug that you got? And I said, I'm not trying to go there to promote Thug. And shout out to Thug though. You know what I'm saying? We got one coming. But I thought of the same thing. This is why I tell you, like, I listened to you guys over like a period of like a few days prior to this, and I totally switched up the lane because I didn't want to do it to be that. So to be told that I'm different, that's a plus. And to get constructive criticism behind it is even better, because what record labels are looking for, they're looking for that same Young Thug to follow right behind him so they can get that cash check and they can actually, one hit wonder him. But I'm not trying to do that. As I told you, 50 mixtapes are running. We ain't trying to do that.
Tell the world about the 50 mixtapes. You were trying to take over the entire world and get his books to world records.
Yeah, basically, in 2013, rest in peace to my pops. Pit passed the cancer, and my mom caught cancer. It really kind of messed me up and put me into a depression. Gotcha. And I decided, instead of going to the clubs and chilling with my homeboys, to do music. And suddenly I felt like these people telling me I couldn't do it, and I've kept getting, it's not mastered this way, it's not mastered this way, the lyrics aren't right. So I started just to venture out and do my own thing, and not just take no for an answer. I actually am happy and glad that people kept telling me what was wrong with it, because in order to fix something and for people to like it, I have to know what they don't like first. And to capitalize off that, a lot of artists, some artists will stop rapping. You tell them that they don't like one record, and it's like, that's it for them. It wasn't it for me, because when you told me no, I would go back and fix it. You know what I'm saying? So we dropped 50 mixtapes in 1 year's time, becoming the only hip-hop artist in hip-hop history to ever do that. No Jay-Z, no Nas, no one. And labels shied away from it because of the message that I'm preaching. And I got a couple of contracts at home sitting down. Shout out to Universal, shout out to Geffen. And I'm just overlooking the contracts right now, because on album 50, they told me that nothing else could be done after this. You can't get this record label, you can't get this Guinness Book of World title because you're not signed. So I said, no problem. On album 50, we dropped 225 songs on one mixtape, becoming the first artist to actually ever do that. So you would think that by that time the Guinness Book of World Records would have picked up on that, and they didn't. So if the Guinness Book of World Records is listening, the next Guinness Book of World Records that I'm going for, and it seems like I have a few numbers when I walk out of here, is I'm going for 100 mixtapes. And right now, as we speak, they're done. I just got to release them. The hardest thing for me to do is come up with the title and get the CD cover work done.
How many artists do you have in your
right now, as we speak, I got Steel City from Pittsburgh. I have Quote Tarantino. He's out of Philly. I got Generation Changer KK. I got Fat Rob, myself. But this is the thing.
Only
like,
5 people, and you guys have done.
No. The 50 mixtapes came solely from Solive. Let's get that understood. Okay. These are just artists that I rock with, that I knew that they needed help at one point in time in their life, and I told them I was going to help them, but I got to get my foot in the door first. So on album 50, I did all 225 songs. We have another record, which we'll be getting to, but I just told the Guinness Book of World Records that I'm not going to accept no for an answer, and I'm not going to do it their way. I'm going to find a way to do it, because I feel like the passion that I have and the drive, especially for these kids, and the way I'm doing my music and what my music is portraying. It's not the need to be trendy. It's not the need to turn up in the clubs. I really care about the future of the youth. See, people, what they're not understanding is they can go to the club and waste their money, but they still got children sleeping at home. You understand me? So that same tune that they're kicking to them in their car and they're understanding, fast forward that 5-10 years down the road, and those will be the actions that they'll be following. Generation changes.
To the community. You know what? I co-sign that.
God bless you.
I really do co-sign that.
God bless you.
Because
I commend you, but I have a question for you. There's a lot of artists who put a lot of music out, and Fabulous is one of them. And he has mixtape after mixtape, and he has not done as much as you've done, I don't think, but he's a punchline recycler. Do you have enough content? Do you have enough?
I'll give it to you like this. Anybody who has that same question, I ask you to go to www.datpiff.com and search Solive. If you feel that I've ever been a punchline recycler.
And it's so that's _live?
It's just Solive, SOLIVE on Dat Piff. Coast to Coast Mixtape DJs too. Shout out to Coast to Coast Mixtapes. From here on in, from here to album 100, Coast to Coast Mixtape DJs will host all the mixtapes. That's my word.
Well, Neo has arrived. He took the right pill. He is the one.
Hey, welcome to the. Well, it's crazy you say that, because my production team, we ventured off of Matrix Music, so that's kind of funny you said that.
There you go. He is the one. We are not going to go outside and jump over a building.
Yeah.
If we don't come back, you know why.
When do you sleep, man?
It's crazy. It's crazy you say that, you know. And
she already saying that.
I got people that are vouch for me. I sleep 4 hours a night, man, and that's religiously. Like, I can't sleep longer than that, because something through childhood. You know what I'm saying? Just have nightmares. When I wake up, it's every emotion is to the booth. I constructed the studio for that, because I couldn't deal with the emotional trauma and stuff that I've gone through as a child.
Where do you
That's
get
another
all this
story.
money from? Like, how you living? You working 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day? What you doing?
Generation changes. Stay tuned. We coming.
It's gonna keep my mouth shut.
We coming.
It's gonna keep.
Shout out to J Buggz.
Wait,
Shout out to the Weekend Guy
You got
Show.
moonshine?
You know, it's in the refrigerator.
That's
It's in the
actually
it's in the
really funny
refrigerator.
because we do.
Strawberry is crazy. It's in the refrigerator.
How you gonna bring no moonshine?
Hey,
How you gonna bring no strawberry moonshine to the weekend guy?
listen.
Leave that moonshine alone.
When-
Yeah, that.
When I come back, I bring you a bottle of Yay Big or some moonshine.
Got you. All right, so let's jump to the next track for me real quick, man. And we'll definitely check that out, man. You got so much music out there. I feel like us playing this, we need something that you ain't dropped yet.
That's the thing. This is the thing. Like you what you're not understanding is like you guys are like, yeah, give me 20 minutes of audio, and I was sitting in my house like, damn, 50. I'm at album 59 right now. Radio Ready is the next mixtape dropping. And I'm just like 20 minutes of music, and I sat in the studio. We had a listening party last night. I couldn't even, like, this track listing doesn't succumb to what we have to offer. This is just what I felt like at this point in time.
This is the gateway.
This is the gateway, definitely.
We're
gonna link up, man. We're gonna link up.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know right now. If you click right here, no, not literally, but if you click right here, it will take you straight to Solive, and you can go check out all his music on datpiff.com. How about that? Click.
Yeah.
Go ahead and click it.
Datpiff.com. Search Solive.
It was special
I
stuff.
didn't
You
get
really
that.
go click.
I didn't get that.
No, I'm saying people listen. They actually probably trying to click something like.
You're already looking in the description box like, where's the click here? Where's the click here?
Where to click at? Where to click at? Where to click at? Yeah, you know what we'll do? We'll definitely set it up so that when we set the description up for the show, that we'll put the DatPiff link to it so that it goes straight to that. They click on it so they can check out the 50 mixtapes you've dropped.
That's so crazy.
Coast to coast. Shout out to them for the next 50 to 100.
Oh, we coming, man. And it was crazy. It was crazy before we go any further. I just want to let you guys know, with your permission, and I want to ask this on air.
Yeah.
This show today will become a Radio Ready mixtape. Everything you said, everything she said, everything you said, I'm going to take the audio from this, and I'm going to make it a music. All right. And I would ask if it could be so live. It would be radio. It would be Radio Ready, hosted by the Weekend Guy Show.
I don't own this, man. I don't own this. I don't even own me. Government own me.
Amen.
I got a Social Security card. that belongs to them with the number they gave
They
me.
don't
That's right.
own your soul, J-Bugs.
They don't own my soul, but they own this body. They can have it.
We all
Take it
got a
all.
serial number.
Hey, no. Go ahead, get mine on my body. All right, what song we doing, bro?
I think we're gonna take it to number 4, just because I want to hear the constructive criticism about this record. It's called No Looking Back. What we're doing is we're just gonna drop it. Shout out to Generation Changer KK. She does a lot for the team, and I feel like to have this position of power and to get up on a radio station and to speak of a record like this. Another one for the kids. A lot of the kids out there, like, their parents are giving up on them. And let me put this out there like this right now. I'm tired of people saying bad kids, man. Y'all parents got to step up and be parents, man, because y'all guys are still being kids in these streets, man, and these kids is running wild, man, and don't nobody say nothing. Everybody just keep on giving them clubs to party to and giving them jams to party to, and nobody's functioning on the youth. When are we gonna wake up and realize that you can't eat money, man? You know? Okay.
They've had no guidance.
I'm telling you.
A kid is not born bad.
That's right.
A kid just whatever they're exposed to is what they think. That's
right.
What life is.
It's not bad kids, it's bad parenting, man.
It's the environment, it's about choice.
That's right.
So what you trying to say
they
is,
got no guidance.
Hey, what we're trying to say today is that we think the government should go ahead and sterilize some people.
No, fuck that.
Okay. No, that's not even it at all. I think that I think that we should literally sit down as a group, as a whole, across the board. You know, DJs across the board, and really think about what we're putting out to children.
So you want to battle against the Illuminati? What you trying to do?
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's what you really doing.
He can make it
listen,
Illuminati.
Listen. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I spoke to Professor Griffin. I spoke to KRS-One, and we know what it is, man. Generation changes. We here now.
Man, what are we getting ourselves into tonight? I'm afraid now.
I don't know. He says name dropping.
What?
Shout out to Pete Griff.
I'm just waiting for the next track to be like, shout out to Obama. Like,
what?
Oh, shit. He got a president.
I just talked to Gucci
too.
from jail last week.
Yeah, like, I got his letter in my back pocket. Like,
what's happening?
On?
Like, what is the, what's happening behind the scenes? You know somebody in the government, you got a direct line to the FBI or something?
Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's just things that you got to pay attention to.
Are you an alien?
No, I'm definitely not an alien.
When you place here by somebody to make sure everything, that's the Matrix.
God,
this the Matrix.
Listen. It is God. It is God. God is good, and I really feel like it's time. It's time now for somebody to stand up and protect these kids, because what we're going through, the world is at war right now. And everybody just sitting back and not doing nothing. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm at the radio station. I want the constructive criticism. So when I come back and you guys are like, that's it, you understand that I'm coming. Yo, Tampa, listen, if you're listening and you don't have anybody that really wants to stand up and make a change, I'm here now. And I'm ready to take on it. Don't matter who it is. I don't care what name you got attached to you. Generation changes. Shout out to Pete Griff for KRS-One, man. They know what it is, man.
Stop shouting out Pete Griff. I don't know. He might have some kind of message going on, Pete. Pete one more time, he might bust through the door. Here I am!
Do your research, man. Do your research.
The weekend, guys.
You need to run for mayor or something, man. You get all the work.
Wow.
You are now rocking to a Matrix Music exclusive. Let's get it.
Family first.
You know, we all made
Research Pete Griff over there. Find out what happened with Pete Griff, man.
Professor Griff. YouTube.com.
Oh, man.
Watch what you click on.
If I click it, will it check my IP?
Professor Griff is actually, he was in Public Enemy, right, Q? Public Enemy. He was a very, very solid person, and he was just, I'm gonna be honest, he exposed hip hop for what it was, and I sat down and really just sunk in for what music was doing to our youth, and people really don't understand how much control.
I think they do. But it's easy. Like, nobody wants to think for themselves.
That's right. Exactly.
I think you just have to take it upon yourself. And you don't support it. Like, I have a problem with strippers. I don't know strip clubs. I don't bark for the strip clubs. Even though I know that it's so fucking good. I don't bark for it. You know what I'm saying? I'll lose that my little finger.
I got a problem with strippers, too.
Hey, charge too much.
I don't know about you. I don't pay them. I support the nigga hustle my lip. Not paying. Struggling out there. They can't even take your dreams away from you.
That's right. That's right.
Your background.
Yeah.
So your parents is what really pushed you into this particular path right here.
I'm gonna just say my mom's, you know what I'm saying, she really like I was in a foster care and group home. I got taken away from my parents when I was real young. And music, I adopted to adjust to the pain rather than going to drugs like all my other friends was doing. And it really pulled me through because my mom was suffering from cancer. So was my dad. He had mesothelioma, and he had like a tire-sized tumor on his body, and he died.
Yeah.
And it was really like I literally watched him die, and it was like the man that took care of me, you know. But my mom's then fast forward a few years, she got cancer, and she lost her hair, and she had breast cancer and lost both breasts, and that really like sunk me into a deep depression because I thought I was gonna lose her. Ended up finding my grandmother of my pops, who I didn't know, and she was just like, you gotta stop, and you gotta go for the people, because what you're doing for these kids, they need. And I didn't understand what my grandmother was talking about at first, but I went hard, and it really pulled me out of the depression to be the person that I sit in front of you today, and that's Generation Change Solive. A lot of people ask me, I got a question the other day. Somebody asked me and said, what are you gonna do now? Because they're reading books on the triangle and everything that's going on around the world, and they said, well, what are you gonna do? And I said, I'm gonna be Generation Change Solive, and I'm gonna live up to that name, and whatever comes after that follows. It's like, think about it. All these rappers passing away. Rest in peace, Chinks Drugs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Far Rock. You know what I mean? It was a real loss. But all these rappers is perishing. But they say you're not anybody till they kill you. And at 50 mixtapes and on album 50, dropping 225 songs on one album. You know, like I'm really looking at these labels like, what are you guys doing? You know what I mean? And what you said you just got to get your record label incorporated. We take these records. Well, it is what it is. If you like what you hear, link up, man. Because I'm ready.
Labels on money.
But which song? I mean,
That's all they want.
That's right.
You got so many songs out there. Like which ones would you tell us like to listen to? I mean, because we can't go through and listen to all of them.
Oh man, I'd send you some tapes. You guys would have to tell me what you want to listen to. It's not that because that's where you guys come in. You guys know what's hot and what's not. You know what I'm saying? You have artists come up here all day and they bring their music and you tell them no.
But do you have those couple of songs that you be like, man, you gotta listen to this song. This is it.
Yeah.
Listen to this song.
Yeah.
Those are the ones we want to listen to.
To be honest with you, I don't recall us ever telling anybody when they brought us music. No, I mean never to the station. Maybe via email, but never to the station if we ever told them. Nah, we weren't feeling that. We try and give everybody opportunity, and be honest with you, and we'll give you that chance. And then sometimes we just, I don't know if everybody can take the real.
You need to be real.
I think it's heart that matters most, and his heart it's pure, it's honest, and it's capable. A lot of people, they get very sensitive and they get broken down very easily by the slightest thing, like you were saying. So, I think you're in it for the long run.
I'm gonna just ask this question. All right, this is one of the most, for me, I think this is a very important question. This is what rappers do. Okay, they live in the streets. They use that as a motivational tool to go to the next step. They get to that next step, and then what? Now what? Like what do you start rapping about when you gotta rap when you don't live there no more?
Shout out to my homie Steel City. Steel City told me that all these rappers that are rapping about all the drugs and the kilos and all that other nonsense on the radio, after your third album, you shouldn't be rapping about that because you should have got up out the hood by that time. And if you didn't, you'd probably end up like some of these rappers that are getting killed in their hood. You know what I mean? Because they're not realizing that what's happening is in the hood. It's still in the hood. So when you're glorifying that and not really telling these kids what it's about, you know what I'm saying? You go back to the hood. You're liable to take a risk. You know what I'm saying? And things do happen. You know. So no, I don't promote that. Shout out to my daughter. I got a child, Millie Matrix, and she's my.
Wait, that's really her name?
Yeah, Millie. Yeah, her name is
Millie Matrix.
Well, that's what I call her, Millie Matrix, because she's part.
She's the first one.
She's part of my team.
She's
you know.
Just been pulled out from the thing. And
shout out to Millie Matrix,
they came
man.
up with the ship. They picked up and they said, "This is where you really live at." Millie.
She's not an alien.
Welcome to the no. I'm just saying that. I said that earlier because you don't get this very often. When I say this, you don't get refreshing. You don't get new. You don't get I don't care. You don't get I am persistent. I will continue to go for it no matter what. You don't get hi. My name is hi. I don't care. Hi. I'm going for it. Hi. I have a team. Hi. I want to be different. Hi, I don't want to trend with everybody else, but I do want to trend on a different level.
Yeah.
A game changer.
That's right.
Generation next.
That's right.
Generation changers.
You know what's crazy is whenever I go anywhere and like the generation changers, kids see me. I scream out generation, and the kids legitimately at the bus stop, 30
So
deep.
you turn. I'm gonna just tell you right now. You might want to be careful.
You can pick
The
up.
government is gonna be looking at your ass pretty soon.
Hey.
They're gonna treat you like Malcolm X because they say as soon you dark. You might not. You're not too dark.
I'm from Nicaragua.
I'm gonna tell you right now. They see dark skin. You the color of Malcolm X.
Call it what you want to.
And they will try and find a way. When you got so much power, when you generation changing, you tell them when you able to boycott a company and tell them you tell them, okay, kids, we ain't buying from there no more. Well, guess what? You just changed the whole entire generation.
That's right.
White folks going broke.
That's right.
What are you setting yourself up for?
I'm setting myself up for greatness and nothing less.
I did it.
That's what I'm going for.
Hey.
See, you gotta understand that all these rappers, they want one thing out of this game, and that's money. But you can't eat money. And when all the trees are burnt down, and they're coming to knock over your house, to knock over them, to plant new trees so that they can burn them down and create more money, you'll start thinking like I do too. I'm just 20 years ahead of the game. I was schooled by a couple of individuals that were really in hip hop. It was just the other night, you know what I'm saying? I kicked the freestyle at the KRS show. He came up to me. He was like, "Yo, what you doing is right. You it." And I said, "Chris, I appreciate that." And
Let's call him Chris.
Nah, I just said at the moment, you gotta understand. I'm just like, I'm talking to KRS. I'm being from the Bronx.
I thought you was gonna be like, yo, you don't call me Chris. My close friends call me that. Call me KRS.
Yeah.
One.
Nah, he was talking to his fans or whatever, and he was just like, "Where you at? Where you at?" And I just in the midst, he saw me on stage because he was on stage while the cypher was happening, and I came on right after one of the respected MCs. Shout out to Dynasty, and I just had, you know what I'm saying, I had Tampa shouting his name, and when he got off stage, he recognized who I was in the crowd, and he was like, "Yo, that's tight," and he gave me his you know what I'm saying, his connections, email, and all of that, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to African Bambaataa and all the greats in hip hop. You know what we doing?
See, there's a war going on in America right now, everybody.
That's right.
It's just not happening in your neck of the woods. Afghanistan, Iraq, Brazil, Alaska. Y'all still part of us a little bit. Yeah, it's a little cold out there. It's cold up there. I'm just saying, it's cold. But I feel like the trenches are, I feel like I'm in the trenches right now.
That's right.
I feel like we with the general, the corporal, you know, that's what I feel like right now.
I appreciate it.
I'm just gonna be honest.
Wait, now? Shade or not?
Oh
Nah,
man.
they don't shake.
Nah, shout out to Legit, man. He's actually a real talented cat. I've listened to him on the podcast. He's actually a really talented cat, man.
He don't listen, but he a talented cat.
Next.
Generation changes, man.
He don't. I'm just gonna keep it honest. I talked to Rob the other day. He don't listen. I told the boy to do something. They don't listen.
They didn't even know that they opened our podcast. So I'm like, you know what? We about to get rid of it.
I wasn't even listening about that. It was listening when people give advice as well too. Who was that?
Yeah,
right.
can I,
How you doing?
before we ride
Yeah,
off,
go ahead,
can
bro.
I just want to say thanks to the Weekend Guy Show. I
Appreciate it.
appreciate all the love and the opportunity you guys gave me. But I got a message for the people out there that are listening. Everybody got kids in the world is going through something, and y'all guys really might just push it off because you don't want to deal with it at that time. This one's for my daughter, man. Protect your kids and love life, man. Stop letting life live you, and understand that we are all one people. You know what I mean? Like, we don't got to be fighting and killing each other. Like, this death from Chinks Drugs that just happened, man, really hit home. Because I'm from Far Rockaway. Shout out to Choo Choo, you know what I'm saying, and all the family back home. But it really hurts to see people killing each other over what? What are we killing each other for? You know what I'm saying?
That was a good question. That was a very good question. And the only thing that happened with that death with Chinks Drugs is that everybody was trying to figure out how can they get the most up-to-date information to provide that, to put that on their social media websites so they can get more hits than anybody else.
That's right.
That was the most important thing for everybody that particular day. That created for me more hate amongst people because I remember reading one post where somebody said, now, y'all out here talking about R.I.P. to Chinks Drugs, but y'all ain't never pressed play on one of his tracks.
No, that ain't me. I tell you right now, I've been with Chinks down since the riot squad and Stack Bundles. Rest in peace, Stack Bundles, because that's where it really started. Anybody from Far Rockaway that knows what it is out there knows Stack Bundles was coming, and tragically it happened to him. He got gunned down in front of the projects, and they took his chain or whatever. You know, it's just really sad to see that in hip hop, like Jay said, like we all being attacked right now. But we have to step up and speak up for ourselves because we are leaders. You don't understand what this the power of word does. You know, I'm eager to tell the people it's not smart to be stupid. It's time to get smart. It's time to read a book and put the TVs down and understand that there's something going on around us world that we ain't paying attention to. And these artists are really like going at it. Like you have artists beefing in the same city. And meanwhile, these artists can come together and we can be a force to be reckoned with, and they don't realize that. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Why would you want to be a force to be reckoned with when social media and the world is telling you that you have to be the top dog no matter what?
But they break you down
because let's be legitimate. Let's be legitimate here. In this music industry, there's enough money for DJs, artists, and the fans to eat.
Yeah.
And I said the fans because it comes from the fans' money, them buying the merchandise, them buying the CDs. The fans can even eat. I'll tell you that right now. Anybody that's willing to buy a CD of me gets a free jersey and a free CD to sell to whoever they choose. Because I don't feel like anybody's bootlegging my music. I feel like you should just go ahead and do your thing.
Reciprocating hustle.
Yeah, you gotta understand, like this movement that we have is very strong, but it's powerless without the people.
How can they find your mixtape?
Datpiff.com. Search Solive. DATPIFF.com. Search Solive, and add me on Facebook. If you're hearing this interview, just add me on Facebook. Facebook.com/Solive300. Let me know where you heard me.
Where are you based out of?
I'm based out of the 352. Shout out to Spring Hill, Florida, man, and all the people that are running hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Man. That's where I'm residing right now. But let me break the barrier here, because a lot of people say, oh, he's from Spring Hill. What's he doing in Tampa? I'm gonna tell you like this, man. There's a lot of cats in Spring Hill that should be reckoned with, and I'm not saying that Tampa doesn't. I just feel like we got to come together as one and knock Florida out the box. Because when you think about it, when you think Florida, you think Khaled, you think, and I'm not down on any of these artists, but I feel like there's so much talent underneath the underground that we would, if it's called shade on this radio station or whatever the case it be, we would shadow the fact of what the industry is offering, because I don't think the industry is offering the people what they want. You know what I'm saying?
You got a health plan?
Why not?
Let's make sure we
straight. Become a generation.
Why not? You know what I'm saying?
You got everything over there.
Why not?
Make sure we get a health plan for everybody too.
Hey,
we'll make this happen.
Call it what you want.
Hey, you got a doctor on staff. As long as you got a doctor on staff.
My mother. Shout out to Alicia Hewitt, man, and you know what I'm saying, the good people at Access Healthcare. She works for a doctor. She's the management there, so.
I knew it. I knew it. What I told you. You go to Spring Hill next week, get checked out. Stop by that one spot around the corner over there. They got that real good cone green.
Yeah, we got the studio out there. Come check me. I'm real honest with this, man. I'm gonna say this live on air since we about to get off air and whatnot. I'm gonna make this into a mixtape. I'm gonna let you know that the Weekend Guy Show will be hosting the next Radio Ready that drops. So, and that's the 3 Gs.
We on now.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I really appreciate the constructive criticism, and I'm real serious about that. Like, I think that every artist should be ready for the constructive criticism, because it's not always going to be good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we live in a world where it's horrible. We living in a nightmare. So to find that piece of greatness, when you do find it and you do know you're looking at it, just make sure you guys do something with it.
All right, gotcha. All right, so check it out. The Weekend Guy Show, Buggz, 3 Gs, Underground Host of the Year. We are going to jump into the last 2 tracks, which are Everywhere I Go, and We Are Strong. This is the end of the Weekend Guy Show with Solive, Generation Changers. Y'all tune in. We got more music for y'all as we sit back, relax, and chill. Y'all have a good weekend. We out.
I hope I ain't go too hard, man.
Oh, you good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like somebody got to step up and do what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I just really feel like the generation changes. It's been so long that we do need our shot to represent for the community, and I don't think that that's happening. Is that a lot of people are taking advantage of what they have to offer the community. I think they're going the opposite route, and it's going to take teamwork to make this generation change thing happen.
Yeah, man, I got some employees on Spring.
Are you going to start a nonprofit organization? What are you going to do with your
I really feel like doing a nonprofit organization, because we started a thing called the Peanut Butter and Jelly Challenge, and what that was is basically on Christmas Day, I went out to a homeless shelter and I didn't let my daughter open none of her presents first day, the Christmas morning, and she was kind of sad, but I wasn't really.
I'm sorry to intervene, but are you okay, so you guys are on the same page.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, she generate change, cute. We good. But no, what we doing with the nonprofit is basically trying to get people's knowledge about the generation changes, because there's people out there that listen to the footage and that listen to the videos. But back to Christmas night, you know, like we went out to the homeless shelter and I started the Act of Kindness Challenge, feeding any homeless man that I've ever seen on the side of the road, whether it was buying him a cheeseburger or giving him some sodas or whatever the case that we could do, and just trying to benefit and help the community, because nobody's doing that. Everybody just wants to be the number one and have 1 million followers on Instagram. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the followers. I don't care about the positive response. I care about the response that is knee deep in these streets with these kids killing each other and people not wanting to do something about this because their life is perfect, you know. So the kids mean the most to me. Like, the music that's second nature. You know, I've been in the booth, my homie Paul on the ride here. He tells me, he's like, so you've been writing for the last 10 years. I can't keep up with you. I kind of laughed about it because it's kind of true.
So then you recollect it.
Yeah.
How do you find the time to deal with the kids, the mixtapes?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly. I'm gonna tell you exactly how.
You need help.
I'm gonna tell you exactly how. And
you better shout out your girl.
in your mind, and
you have a daughter too, right?
Yeah.
You better shout out your girl.
Seriously, there's no way you would be able to do it without a woman.
See, what you guys didn't understand is that track that I played, you know, Looking Back, that was her singing.
Really? Yeah.
She got her own mixtape out. I dropped one of my mixtape. She dropped it on. If you search Solive on thatpiff.com, her mixtape will pop up. And and that was one of the dopest tracks.
Doesn't matter, but I'm proud of you. That's awesome.
Yeah, she dropped her own mixtape, but that was just on her telling me, like, I don't know how to deal with my emotions. So I taught her how to rhyme. I taught her how to kick it in emotion and get in that booth. And that record there was like cooked, like literally, like I told her, no, we ain't taking that to the radio. Nope, that's trash. And one day I pissed her off enough to where she came out with that record, and I was like, that's the record I want. You know what I'm saying? And legitimacy of everything. How do I make time?
So you got Cookie and the headline in his name, huh?
I love it. Isn't it a beautiful thing?
Like what you said about making time, you gotta understand we all got time. We gotta make it.
Always make time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand, like, people sometimes be like, oh no, we don't got time. Well, when you understand that your kid is 13 years old and she's outside having sex in the bushes, I bet you should have had time when she was 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing I'm trying to tell these people, is that these kids are our future. So I started to think like this. My dad didn't take care of me, and I could care less what he's doing right now because he didn't take the time out to make time for me. So I'm making time for my daughter, so when I'm old and decrepit and I can't walk, I pray to God that she's there to feed me, because I'm going to need somebody to do that.
Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering, because I know, like, I mean, I see that you're doing so much. I know you have a daughter, too. So
Yeah.
You have to spend time with you. Actually, you have to spend a lot of time with your daughter. So
Yeah.
You have to spend on your father.
It's recording.
But I noticed that, like, a lot of you celebrities,
Don't
they'll
make time.
say
They're going on
the
vacation.
same thing,
Yeah.
but they're not really spending the time with their kids. They
Not
might be
me.
speaking about
They're
other
just saying
kids.
that because that's what you're supposed to.
But you know what? I have like different sides of that. For example, the whole Beyonce and Jay-Z thing that they did y'all hear that they were being bond by the Baltimore people who got arrested?
Yeah, I heard
for
about that.
and stuff like that. But then now on the back end, everybody's backlashing them because in her Feeling Myself video, she's like pouring 20 grand things of champagne like in the jacuzzi tub. But
It
here's
don't
my
really
thing.
cost that much.
And not only that,
That's
but
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
who, like, somebody paid for them bottles. Beyonce and Jay-Z did not go out of pocket.
They
for
probably
this bottle.
did. Or
But even if
whoever
they did-
company that was that they pouring that bottle, they're going to be like, I'm going to go get a bottle.
I'm
of
gonna
that.
tell you something right now. I put money on it that they didn't pay for them bottles. I put money on it. Why? Because the sponsorships will give you 100 bottles for your video. Because if you think about it, how they did with Diddy and Ciroc, they gave Diddy bottles, and Diddy said, "Listen, I'm on Bad Boy. I'm gonna make Ciroc look good. We're gonna be Gucci at the end of the year. Look at Ciroc. Look at Ciroc's numbers now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they ain't have to pay for it no way. To now, could have paid for it as a write-off.
I know, but
Exactly.
Jay-Z fucked up my
Everything. It's a write-off.
Exactly. But no, I really feel like, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity that you guys gave me today was a blessing, and I just want to thank you all for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting at home and I'm really sitting in the studio thinking about what am I gonna do until I make this 100 mixtapes happen. So to step out the studio, because I'm not going to the clubs no more. You ain't gonna see me in clubs turning up, partying on the couch, and that ain't gonna be me. I'm gonna be the person that drops 360 music videos in 1 year and follow it up with 50 mixtapes. And it's there. You know, like, I know people when they see it, when they hear it, they're like, what?
But seriously, how do you make a list? Because there's so many people who have dreams that they want to aspire to, that and then they saw those, especially you have a family.
Yeah.
How do you do both?
I own a recording studio, and my shorty works. She goes, you know what I'm saying? Basically, my mom owns the doctor office. I got my shorty a job there, and we conglomerated on becoming the generation changes.
Yeah.
And at first she didn't get it. I'm gonna tell you like that. She didn't get it. She was like, I don't know. My parents don't agree with it, and I told her, I said, I don't care. These is dreams that I've had since.
My parents
Yeah.
agree with.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a different lifestyle, you know.
Now, but you gotta understand where it comes
Not a
from.
lot
It gotta
of
come from because
yeah.
when it breaks down to it, these was her emotions on the mixtape that she had,
Are you
and then they
happy?
were like,
But
those aren't. That's not you. Meanwhile, we're in the club,
And KRS-One got his arm around her, and we're like, oh, wilding out, and she'll show pictures, and they won't show no love to that. You know what I'm saying? They don't show love to the hip hop movement because they don't get it, and I understand that. Yeah, I understand it because they might not be from that era. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you don't mind me asking, what environment did you grow up in? Suburbs. So yeah, there you go. Because
It's total opposite.
I'm gonna tell you, like, okay, the way I'm still with my wife, the way we raised my daughter, I'll be conscious of you too if my daughter dated you. I don't know what my daughter's getting into.
Yeah.
What the average mother and father wants their daughter to do is to finish school, go to college, get a job, and go from there. That's what
You see that? I'm the
So-
reason that she went to college.
But you still would be a threat.
I'm definitely a threat.
I know you don't go to the clubs anymore, but I mean, if you were going before,
She was with me. She was with me with the camera running.
and that's where probably your parents were like,
She was with me with the
what's going
camera
on?
running, and her parents saw everything, legitimately every show, everything, you know, and they didn't get it. But the thing is they didn't want to come into her life until she graduated college, and I made her do that. When she told me she did it, she's like, "No, I don't want to do it anymore." I said, "You gonna graduate, because that's gonna make your moms and your dads happy." And then when she did it, they wanted more. It's always gonna be a parent's gonna want more. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like a matter of supporting something that they didn't understand. They didn't understand when, you know, I would send them a video of us going, you know, to the
And
clubs
she's opening up for me,
performing,
and they're like,
I'm
"That's
up
not
there
you,"
rapping,
and she's like,
yeah.
"It is me." He taught me how to deal with my emotions thoroughly through music. I mean, to the point where there was a lot of things that happened to my
But at the
wife
end of the
at the
day,
time.
and this is like a fucked up situation to say, but I had to, because me and my son are the only brown people in my family, so I understand. We're like, a little bit, not completely, but a little bit where you're coming from. But they're gonna die, and I know it sounds fucked up to say, but this is our life, you know what I'm saying? We're only here for one time, we have children to raise, we have a life to fulfill, love to fulfill, happiness to fulfill. They cannot do that, because when we lay down at night, they're not there, they're at their own beds. So why should we live our day-to-day 24 hours based on them? And then you know what? 10 years from now, 20 years from now, we're going to be taking care of them, and they're not going to give a fuck as long as you are taking care of them. They don't care about what decisions you made at that
like
time.
that. Well, my daughter don't say that about me one day.
Because you know what, people say,
Daddy.
in all seriousness, in all seriousness, my daughter told me today, she says, "Daddy, I thank you for posting all them videos that you post on YouTube." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "Because someday you're going to be dead, Daddy, and I'm going to have memories of you." So you got to understand that these kids nowadays, because they're listening to the music and watching the videos and being so up to date with social media and having cell phones at 12 and 13 years old, let me tell you something. There's some things that we're not teaching our kids. Our kids, you got to think about it like this. School is preparing our kids to work. They send them to school for 9 hours a day to get up in the morning and to come home. They're preparing them for work. You know what I'm saying? So anything less in between that, your kids are being taught everything else that you don't want them to know. Imagine me saying I'm going to take your child for 9 hours a day. Just me, or one of the ladies in here, we're going to take a child for 9 hours a day, and it's at school, whatever. But that's what they're doing. They're condoning the fact that they all come together, and you have to understand they're all impoverished. They're poor children, you know what I'm saying, that are going to schools, learning things from other people, and then 9 times out of 10 learning more things from their friends than they will ever learn from any parent.
Yeah.
So if you're not in their face with the truth, and exactly, you know, I know 100 dads right now that are out of their daughter's life, but they still think about them, they still love them. You know what I'm saying?
But that don't amount. I don't agree with that. That's just, like, that don't mean shit.
Yeah, but I know it doesn't mean anything, but the fact of the matter is somebody has to be that person to tell them you gotta care. And you gotta care more than the average person, because what's happening now is you have stepdads.
These are all A1 fathers though, all 3 of them. A1. Like I would, if I was to have a husband, I would pick one of these 3. No lie, they're A1. As far as the way that they parent, the way they take care of the wife, the way they're good.
I really feel like it's not bad. It's not bad kids. It's a cultivation of music, parenting, and what's going on in the world that we're trying to protect from our children. And their kids are going to school and learning it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't just buy them the new Android 5000 that's bigger than their palm and their book bag. You know what I'm saying? And then we don't have the old school parenting anymore. We have, yo, go to your room. Go to your room. Go to your room. Here you go. Take this. I mean, I hate to say it, she goes to my grandmother's, my mom's house, and she gets on the Navi thing, and I feel like it's a punishment because I take it away. Because as a kid, I ain't have exactly, because there's video games and I tell her, listen, go outside and go swimming, do something productive, draw me something.
or
I went swimming before I came here with my daughter.
I love EJ.
You see? Every
I got pulled up, and you can see my elbows right now.
What's crazy is that we don't have those positive fathers anymore in lives, and it's the truth. And I think that as men, we have to call other men out. I think as women, they gotta call other women out.
Yes.
Because in legitimacy, it's people raising other people's kids. I can't tell you that I'm not doing it right now because she got sisters, and when it comes to deadbeat parents, we're raising them. We're taking them to these water parks and things like that, and making sure that they have fun. But on the back end, they don't know what appreciation is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I wouldn't so much. Well, I don't know because I don't know the parents that you're taking the children to. But deadbeat is a hard word because a lot of people they go off of fear. Even for me, for example, like I know I used to hate that my mom used to come home and sit at home at night and sit on our couch and smoke and watch TV. But you know what I've noticed I do?
Sit on your couch and smoke TV?
After my son goes to bed, I sit on my couch, I smoke weed, and I watch TV.
You got to break the cycle.
I know, and I understand that. I do. My mom didn't smoke weed when I was a child. She smoked cigarettes, but it's still the same thing. And I had to realize, like, you know what I'm saying. And even though he's asleep, like, yes, that's my time, but it's the principle. Like, I'm giving him that memory that I gave myself that I hated. I hate the fucking smell of that, you know. And so, it's things that we just have to be accountable. But I don't think there's anything wrong with weed, but it's a principle of
I don't understand. You can just smoke outside. You never know.
Repeating behaviors.
There's nothing wrong with you relaxing also.
I know, but I feel I don't want that. No, but after you go to bed,
what he about to tell us is who's listening.
Mom. For the last 7 days.
For the last 7 days, this is where we got listeners from. These are just the top countries. They only do the top 10 with the 7 other ones. So we got Australia, the Russian Federation, France, Ghana, Canada, Indonesia, Germany, and Saudi Arabia. And other countries they won't even name right now because they ain't got no name.
Generation change.
But they got internet.
Stay tuned.
We're literally international.
hear that.
Shout out to all my fans worldwide, man. Wherever you're listening from, it really. I'm just glad you guys are listening, man. Generation Change TV.
I love how you just.
It's the Generation Change kid himself, live here in the long hallways of 94.1. Back here, we're gonna show you the team doing their thing. 94.1's radio show. I got a lot of constructive criticism from the DJs, and don't nothing break my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fat Rob. I'm saying the artist basically said, so you're gonna bring it to the radio. I brought it to the radio anyway. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the message is more powerful than being cliche and catchy. But shout out to the Weekend God Show, 3 Gs. You know what I'm saying? All my generation changes worldwide, as you can see. And there, looks like Buckley's getting his movement on. Shout out to 94.1. We out here. Generation Change so live. And I'm out, man. Woo! Oh, man. We out here. I just got finished with the 94.1ers. You know what I'm saying? I just got finished with the Weekend God Show. Showing love to the entire movement, Generation Changes. I really got a lot of great feedback. I don't know if this footage is going to be well lit, but we ran out of time. They played the song, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. We ready for the Generation Change movement. The world is at a standstill waiting for better music to come out. Shout out my whole team worldwide, Steel City, all the Generation Change back in Orlando, Anthony. Shout out to Jasmine, Cynthia, Rosa. We out here. It's the Matrix boys. We in the motherfucking building. I should have went and stood on the couch. That's what I should have did. We out here, man. Shout out to Weekend God Show. We out.